Welcome back to another video. Before we get started, if you enjoy this video, if you like it, please be sure to hit like down below. It really helps me out. It means a lot because it helps new people see these videos and helps grow the channel. So thank you very much for that. Let's talk about S-Log2. So lately I've really been trying to find a good utility LUT to use on S-Log2 footage. Not a LUT that's gonna give me a hard grade or a specific stylized look. Although I don't think there's anything wrong with those. I don't think everybody needs to be a colorist or has to be a colorist. Anyway, just a utility LUT. So the big issue with that is there are a lot of LUTs on the internet. So when you search Sony S-Log2 LUTs, there are just LUT packs everywhere. But alas, I have found what I was looking for. My man Alistair Chapman has a LUT pack for S-Log2 on A7 cameras. Apparently, he's been writing articles and using Sony cinema cameras and mirrorless cameras and DSLRs for years. Like, he has a ton of articles. There's a link in the description for you to download those LUTs. You can read the article where he talks about it. Honestly, like, he has some really good stuff. It will make you feel very smart about cameras and science and computers. It's legit. And for the rest of this video, we're gonna jump into the computer. I'll show you my favorite LUT from this pack and just kind of how I use it while I'm grading. Okay, so we have our S-Log2 clip right here. As you can see, it looks very S-Loggy, very gray. Step one, we're gonna have an adjustment layer just for the LUT. It's all the way here at the top so that it's the last thing that affects our footage. That's important because we want these exposure, saturation, and any look grade changes to happen to our footage, not to the footage with the LUT on it. I'm not exactly sure why. Some kind of science, photo, computer, mumbo jumbo that we're not gonna talk about. But yeah, that's a simple way to just make sure your LUT is the last thing that's affecting your footage. So we're gonna go over here in basic correction to input LUT, and as you can see, here's all my boy AC, my boy Alistair Chapman coming in with all these LUTs right here. And my favorite one is the Filmic 3. But you can see that there's actually 4 LUTs called Filmic 3, 0, 1 over, 2 over, and 3 over. That's just referring to how much you overexposed when you shot your footage. Generally accepted that you're supposed to overexpose by 2 stops when you're shooting S-Log2 footage, so that in post you can bring it down and get all of that grain out of the shadows. That's a longer video, but yeah, generally accepted, overexposed by 2 stops, which is what I did on this clip. So I'm gonna pick Filmic 3, 2 over. And as you can see, it has LUTified our footage. After that, all you have to do is your color correction, exposure, white balance, saturation. So on this layer, I did my exposure. And on this one, I did my saturation and my white balance. And when I say exposure, literally just highlight shadows, black and white, and then pull the saturation way up. And then I did some very minor tweaks to the white balance. And there we go. You are, for all intents and purposes, done with this clip. If you wanna go in and add a look, which I've done already, so I'll just drag that over, you can. But as far as getting from log to Rec 709, from gray to not gray, you're done. All right, y'all, that's all I have for you this week. Again, if you enjoyed it, if you learned something, please hit like down there. If you want to see more, hit subscribe down below, click the bell, get notified, all the YouTube things. If you do shoot Sony, what picture profile do you use? I did Cine 4 for a while, I shot no picture profile for a while, and kind of right now I'm doing no picture profile for like YouTube stuff, and then if I'm behind the camera, I'll do S-Log2. But yeah, with that said, that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.